This presentation will analyse data collected from a homeware consumer survey done specific to Maya Joy's brand. In this presentation, there will be a brief introduction, the methodology about the survey, and then 3 main objectives will be covered and analysed, with recommendations that Maya Joy can implement. All of the objectives chosen link directly back to core issues that the client, Maya Joy, has within her business. From insights gained after speaking with Maya directly as a group, it became clear that challenges stem from the brand's limited ability to effectively reach and engage with the brand's intended target audience. Secondly, in-person events generate most sales, and while website sales increase during busy gifting dates such as Christmas and Mother's Day, online sales overall have underperformed. The client also highlighted that there is a gap between brand offering and audience reach, which has restricted the company's potential for expansion. Because of this, 3 objectives were chosen. Objective 1 covers consumer preferences and purchasing behaviour for homeware and gifting products, both online and at events. Objective 2 will look at the effectiveness of Maya Joy's digital platforms and social media in supporting customer engagement. Objective 3 then will look at the importance of product characteristics and brand values, such as vibrant design and British made. The data was collected via an online survey using quantitative questions to ensure measurable data to be analysed. Questions focused on key objective points such as purchasing behaviour, social media engagement, as well as product and brand values. In total, 125 responses were collected over a period of 30 days, and all of the respondents were female between the ages of 30 and 55. Here the graphs show a deeper insight into the demographics of the survey. Figure 1 shows the employment status, with 92% of respondents being in some form of employment. Figure 2 demonstrates the age segment. Just under 50% of respondents were between 50 and 55 years old, which is something to consider as we go through this presentation. Figure 5 shows the income levels, and Figure 7 shows the purchase habits. The survey reached quite a wide group here, with most respondents sitting in the mid to high income levels. Reaching this demographic was quite important, as the client highlighted how she felt that higher income consumers could be a target audience for the brand, but she felt she had not quite reached that group yet. Now moving on to the analysis, starting with Objective 1, consumer preferences. The survey asked participants where they shop the most often, online, at events, or in retail stores. We also asked what they valued most when shopping for homeware, such as sustainability, British made, quality, and price. Figure 9 shows that the mean importance rating for each value were consistent across all shoppers. This suggests that core product values remain stable regardless of purchase channel. A one-way ANOVA confirmed that there was no statistical significance, as Figure 11, page 7 in the handout further proves. While quality and design were found to be slightly more important to consumers, again, this wasn't of any statistical significance. Figure 12 and Figure 15 both show cross-tabulation test results. Figure 13 demonstrates who and how often consumers shop. As can be seen, no matter how often users shop, they tend to shop for themselves or for both them and friends and family. This tells us that the brand should focus on why individuals buy homeware, as they are their most frequent shoppers. From Figure 15, we can see a clear difference in how consumers distribute their purchasing across different channels. Consumers who purchase events spend more, while online users tend to spend less. Both tests trend towards significance, however, they were not below a p-value of 0.05, as Figure 13 and Figure 16 demonstrate in the handout. From this analysis, 3 recommendations can be made. Consumers, more than ever, are aware of businesses' ethical practices and expect companies to be transparent, which is why it is important to have consistent value messaging across all channels, as emphasizing attributes can build trust and enhance brand perception overall. MyJoy could do this with a website banner that highlights the brand's core values. Customers who trust a brand are more likely to buy from that brand. So, by confirming this on the website and adding values to the Instagram or Facebook bio, the brand could still see sales go up. Secondly, MyJoy could offer an event-only incentive for online purchase. This will cause event buyers who already trust MyJoy's brand to repeat purchase. This strategically positions in-person events as a conversion opportunity to gain more online buyers and long-term customers that already trust the brand. Incentives such as free shipping on their first purchase or an extra 10% off could help convert event buyers into loyal, repeat online customers. Additionally, as purchases are most often done by consumers for themselves, as seen in Figure 12, it could be valuable to emphasize how My's products could benefit individual customers through hand-picking customer testimonials to use across both social media and the website that show how products have helped the customer. These reviews will reinforce trust by demonstrating the brand's messaging aligns with actual customer experience, supporting positive purchase decisions. Moving on to the second objective, the effectiveness of MyJoy's digital platforms. Figure 18 demonstrates the likelihood of engagement to each digital platform. A one-way ANOVA revealed a statistically significant difference in engagement, which you can see on Figure 20, page 10. While it is no surprise that non-social media users report low engagement, the result confirms that a measurable portion of MyJoy's target audience are unreachable through social media marketing. Alongside that, the result also highlighted that consumers trend towards engaging with Instagram and TikTok more often. This justifies a dual channel strategy, which I will cover more in the recommendation. Respondents were asked about their spending habits. A cross-tabulation test was run to compare spending with digital platform purchasing. The test confirmed a statistical significance, Figure 22, page 11, which indicates that consumers' purchasing priorities differ depending on the digital platform they most frequently use. The test highlighted that consumers tend to use each platform with different purchasing intentions. For example, consumers who purchase on TikTok spend less on items than those on Facebook. A second cross-tabulations test was run, Figure 24, to indicate the likelihood of purchasing from MyJoy's website on initial impression. The key finding here is that consumers who do not use social media show a relatively high responsiveness to purchase from the website based on first impression. This suggests that MyJoy's website can function as an effective standalone conversion tool without relying solely on social media-driven traffic. Based on this analysis, MyJoy should treat the website as the primary sales and conversion channel while using social media as a supporting discovery and engagement tool, as relying solely on social media excludes part of the target market. This ensures that every group is being reached, not just social media users. The brand should improve engagement relevance on each platform, which will reduce content feeling repetitive and target specific consumers. MyJoy could do this by adjusting how products and stories are communicated on each digital platform, putting emphasis on the Joy Journal for non-social media users. For example, Don't follow us on socials, sign up to the Joy Journal to stay up to date, to convert them into loyal customers. Platform-specific spending differences suggest consumers approach each channel with different purchasing intentions. Instagram and TikTok showed to have a higher flexibility in spending habits, so a focus on brand storytelling and product visuals would benefit the brand and increase customer engagement, further helping to connect with consumers who are likely to spend more. The importance of product characteristics and brand values, such as British made, sustainable printing methods, and vibrant design. Figure 26 highlights the importance of UK manufacturing to customers, with just over 68% of consumers answering yes to preferring a UK manufactured brand than to one that is not manufactured in the UK. An independent sample t-test was conducted to examine whether the perceived influence of brand values differ between consumers who are influenced by UK manufacturing and those who are not. Results showed that those who report it does influence their decision report slightly higher influence of brand values overall. While this was not statistically significant, the test still highlights the importance of brand value and UK manufacturing to the consumer. Figure 30 illustrates the relative importance of product characteristics, with higher scores indicating greater importance. High quality, original design, and affordable price emerge as the most valued attributes. What this tells us is that visual and tactile elements can come first to consumer purchase decisions, while elements like traditional printing or locally made come secondary. Figure 33, page 17 in the handout, shows a one-sample t-test which was run to confirm how important brand values are. The mean score of 1.89 tells us that customers find that brand values do slightly influence choice. Figure 32 indicates the brand values influence purchase decisions, supporting the importance of values such as quality, price, and design in brand choice. Maya Joy should continue to invest in distinctive and vibrant design, emphasizing on both visual and tactile quality of the brand's products, linking back to Figure 30. This will shine light on the top two attributes, which were high quality and original design. This can be done through product photos, through close-up images that accentuate texture and finish, positioning the brand as design-led, appealing to the target market. While Figure 26 showed that a UK-made brand does factor into final decision choice, it does not need to be a leading message. Instead, focusing on other product attributes that are more valued could yield better results long term. Sustainability and ethical-led messaging could resonate with a wider group, as these were factors consumers considered more important. The findings across this presentation highlight the importance of a balanced channel approach, strong value communication, and continued investment in design and quality to support sustainable growth. I'll now move on to the Q&A part of the presentation. So question 1 was based on the sampling method we used. So while the sample did not represent every age group and gender, it intentionally targets the most important group, My Joy's core audience. Based on the brand itself, we felt as though 30 to 55-year-olds would align with the product's core values and the client. Through the survey, we gathered vital information about My Joy's ideal customer. For the client, this data is relevant for primary customers. Therefore, Maya Joy can use this data to guide digital marketing campaigns and target consumers with tailored messaging. So while the snowball sampling method allowed the survey to reach a range of respondents, there was concern the reliance on social media distribution introduces a potentially sampling bias, as non-social media users are unlikely to engage. However, when reviewing data from the survey, non-social media users were reached, as I mentioned in my recommendations. If I were to repeat the survey again, I would consider rolling out the survey through email or QR codes in public spaces as to expand distribution to try and reach a wider audience. However, for this survey and analysis, I feel a snowball method through social media and by targeting a specific age group that supported the client's general target market allowed for enough variety that genuine recommendations could be made that apply directly to Maya Joy's brand. Now moving on to question 2, which was on the insignificant ANOVA test on slide 8, figure 9. So, although the one-way ANOVA test found no statistical significance, it does not mean that the test bears no findings at all. The importance of each brand value did not change across any purchase channel. Instead, it suggests that consumers place consistent importance on core brand values, regardless of whether they purchase online, in store, or at events. This result is quite positive in that it simplifies marketing communications, as the client can maintain a consistent brand message and identity across all purchasing platforms, such as events, retail, and online. The test confirms that consumers value sustainability in the same regard as price or British made, which means that the client has more flexibility in how she markets core values and can choose which ones align best with the business. Also, British manufacturing is valued. It is not significantly more influential than other values such as quality, price, or sustainability. This supports the client's current consideration of changing manufacturing to Europe, as it suggests that a manufacturing change is unlikely to influence brand perception negatively, provided other key values are maintained.